Hello guys and gals, this is video 8 of the Prusa build. Just wanted to update you. It's been a while since I've made another video, but I had a few things that I had to take care of, and just wanted to show you on my original printer that I have upgraded a few things on it. The Z-axis opto end stop is a fine-tune adjustment now. Changed out all the opto end stops. It's printing very nice. The biggest upgrade that I've done on this recently is the power supply. I no longer have to use two power supplies to run this unit. It runs the heated bed and the electronics with the steppers. It does everything on one power supply. And I'll show you this upgrade. This is the power supply right here. Don't know if you can read it. It's a Dell NPS-700AB A. This power supply will handle 57 amps at 12 volts and 3.3 volts at 5.2 amps. There's a few modifications that I've made on it. I put a switch, electronic board, to jumper some of the pins behind the electronic board. As you can see right there, all the connections. Here's the electronic board that I built. And then of course on-off switch. It works very well. My heated bed pulls 16 amps, and I have a whole lot of amperage left over to run everything else. As you can see, it cycles with the relay on the heated bed. And when it turns itself on, the LED red light comes on. The fan increases in RPM of the power supply, which is a good thing. It's a little bit noisy, yes, but to be able to run everything on one power supply is a great plus. Makes it more mobile. So this power supply was a good thing, and it was recently brought to my attention by a guy named Steve, who also bought one of my kits. He was very pleased with it and very kind to tell me about this power supply. I appreciate that very much. So I'm passing it on to everyone here. All you have to do is look up that number, Google it, and you can find them on eBay between about $8 and $20. this power supply is great. So let me run you in here to the Prusa that I've recently built. And you'll see my finished Prusa. Quieter in here. So as you can see, it's identical to the original Prusa that I built, except for the heated bed. And it's got the same relay. Although the power supply, I'm going to change out to the other power supply. This one does work, but it takes another connection for another power supply right now. So I'm actually going to do away with this power supply and use the other one that I have, the spare I have, to run this unit. And you can see the opto end stop is connected right there, and how it's set up, the rod sticks out and comes out right here, and then the little flag comes into it right there. And then the belt tensioner is right here, and it loops through this plastic piece here, and then clamps on the bottom. This one clamps on top. So there's a little tube connected to this bolt here, and it puts pressure, applies pressure against the belt. So the end of the bolt is not applying pressure to the bolt or to the belt itself, but the little tube is, so it protects the belt. I use the knobs or gears on top of the steppers so I can turn them easily. And then the heat shrink tubing inside, which I showed you that already. And let me go over here, and you can see how I set up the opto end stop here. I've got screws in it. I just drilled screws into the plastic. There's one there and there's one over here. And that holds it down real well. And then this is just pressed inside of the recess. And then this one, of course, is on the adjustment for the Z-axis. It works very well as well. And then Z-axis stepper motor set up on the bottom for the tensioner for the Y-axis. And then